Welcome back to Saxlingham, and on this episode we're going to do a bit of stone picking. So I have bought a stone picker already. We are ploughing the old potato field, so we will follow behind and get these stones picked up. We don't have anything to put the stones in currently, so I'm not sure what we'll do with them, whether we will use them or whether we will just get rid. Again, I will see how I go on. Now, if you watch my Rod Martin episode, you will see that I am testing a new mod for Oz called Red Tape. I have added Red Tape to this save game too, and I plan to test it on this episode and future episodes. Now, I was kind of wanting to do a bit more of an in-depth testing of that mod on this episode. However, I don't know how that's going to pan out in terms of content. By that, I mean I'm going to have to skip some time and progress the months. I don't want to do that too excessively, especially since I think on the next month our corn is ready to be harvested. So I want to film that. I don't want to skip filming that, if that makes sense. And to test the mod fully, I would have to skip several months. Obviously drop into each month, but then skip ahead to get to the next step. So yeah, so I don't know. I think I might just, on the two independent series, the Rod Martin and Saxlingham series, I let the mod just tick away in the background, and I might then play around with the mod outside of YouTube and possibly refilm a little bit of it just for reference. But yeah, we'll see. I'll see how this stone picking goes and see what happened after that. So, while doing that introduction, it looks like my plough has got blocked. There we are. Well, I guess the first thing we do is fix that. Now, you're obviously trying to do a turn. I did get I've widened the plough to 12 metres now. Partly because I think this vehicle can do that, so I thought it might as well. I might as well do the outer edges since it's missed that. Oh, it doesn't. Odd. Okay. What's going on with this? It's still in the headlands, so it should have just gone straight down here, with my understanding. There we go. Okay. Right, now the good thing is the stone picker is 9.3 metres and the plough is 12, so we shouldn't have any issues in terms of overlap. Just have to see how quickly this gets filled up. Right, well that is the ploughing and the stone picking done, and the field now has a cultivated look. I have elected to put my crop rotations into the public domain, and I put a poll out there for you to vote on. Currently, root crops are the ones that are coming out on top. If we have a quick look at that, we have carrots, parsnips and red beet, which is what would come under that category. I'm not quite sure whether peas, spinach would come under it, and green beans. Again, I think, drop me a comment as to whether you think green beans, spinach, peas should be included as an option. But currently for me, the root crops were red beet, parsnips and carrots. Now, I've done red beet in the past, historically, so I think we do something like carrots and parsnips, and we do a field of each. We have 3 fields ready to go, and one of those fields needs to be potato. So that's a field of parsnips and a field of carrots, and the equipment to harvest is the same, so it shouldn't make much impact. Now the other thing is I'm running with this red tape mod. Now that means that we can't put the same crop in the same field. So crop rotation means we should really try to move the crop around. So the field that I was going to put the potatoes in, that were just ploughed and cultivated, I might need to put a different crop in there and not potatoes again, which was the original plan. However, because we have ploughed it, I don't know if that resets the game or the mod's understanding of what was in that field or not. It could well be that we could put potatoes in there and it would have no negative impact. Or the mod may recognise that potatoes was the last crop still, even though you've ploughed the field, because it did need ploughing. So yeah, I'm going to have to probably save the game and put potatoes in, give it a test, reset the game, put another crop in, give it a test, and see how it impacts on that. And that's the whole point of doing the testing on this mod, partly to make sure that it functions as intended, but also it gives me an understanding of how to operate the mod going forward. But yeah, the rest of it, we do have cows, so we need to keep an eye on our animal spacing. We have no issue with that at the minute. We have 40 cows out of the volume of what we can put in there. We have the bedding fully stocked up. Manure is sitting, I think. Well, I haven't said that. I don't even know if we have a manure point, so we maybe aren't even producing manure yet. I'll have to go and check on that. And this one, I'm not entirely certain what that means, but again, I imagine if I'm keeping the animals in good health, well fed, etc., it should just tick over. And then sufficient feed. So with any luck, if I just hop over there now, when we move to October, that should change a little bit, because that's when the report comes out for animals. Oh no, we do have manure. I don't know where we get the manure from. Is it, that's the milk point. So manure is here. Yes, we may need to consider using manure. However, one of the other policies is not using slurry. Now, I don't know if manure counts as slurry at all, so it should be okay to use manure. Yes, I think next month we maybe have to consider doing a bit of manure spreading too, which also means buying a manure spreader. Well, the inclusion of this mod has given me more work to do in October than I thought. Anyway, we're going to move on and get the corn done. Here we are in October. Let's have a look. So, our manure is already almost full anyway. Yes, 40 out of 200. I don't think that's overcrowding. We did just sell sheep. I say sheep, goats, because that's what we've got over there. Let's have a look at that, because I did forget we had goats. You aren't there? Yes, that's a full 347 out of 347 there, which is why we had some animals sold, which is fine. We have adequate meadow grass currently, but we're in the period of time now where the grass doesn't grow, so could well be we need to stock that up as well. We don't need to put water in, it's self-filling from that point of view. Let's have a look at Oz's mod. Ooh, right, so we have updates. Restricted slurry violations are none, which is good. Next report is November, which is next month, so that's good, that's going on monthly. We don't have a full slurry tank, so again, positive. We haven't contaminated the water. Now, crop rotation is September next, that hasn't changed. We don't have an issue with animal space violation. That's positive, given the fact we have got full goats. Oh, hours without straw. Interesting. Right, so we'll have to look at that one. Oh, hours with low productivity. Okay, also interesting. Oh, hours without food? I wonder if that's the goats. Those should be well looked after. The food for the cows, fine. Straw, fine. Manure's not full, slurry's not full. There's meadow grass there if we needed it, so again, all fine. So the cows aren't the problem here. I don't know where the beddings come from, unless it thinks that the goats should have bedding. That could be something to feed back to Oz. I don't think I've got any other animals that would impact on this. Oh, just that. So, yeah, that's interesting. Because there'd have been no hours without straw. It is what it is. If the animals were low productivity, they were low productivity. Without food, again, I can only assume this is the goats up here. Also, have got meadow grass. It could well be that there was a bit of an overlap where they didn't have any. Right, we'll get a few grass bales put in there just to keep that topped up so we don't get that issue again. Anyway, we are going to get the milk sold first. I don't want to waffle too much because we've already wasted a bit of time here with the X5 speed and we have stuff to do. We move the tractors so the other transport can progress. Right, I'm probably not going to show you me taking the milk down. I'm just going to get it done and I will catch up with you when we're at the field for the corn harvest. Right, so I have the combines ready. I have both. I've got this one which I'm going to put on Courseplay and the other one's at the other side of the field. We'll set this one off first because what I want to do is then manoeuvre the tractor and trailer onto the weight point for AutoDrive. Then hopefully that can do the carting automatically. And then we'll just maintain the harvester. That is my optimistic plan. Let's see how well that goes. I mean, we're not off for a positive start so far, because it should have just joined the field and started. So I don't really want this to be in the way. I'm optimistic it won't be. I'm also optimistic that it will be picked up by the harvester. Did set the headlands to be 0 overlap on Courseplay because I'm going to use GPS steering, so I'm hoping that this all lines up. Interesting. The harvester was full at that point. Let's see how it gets back. Clearly through the crop.
Scared
Well, that is the cornfield all done. The potato chip factory is full. That's 200,000 litres. We have put about 11,000 already in the silo, plus whatever's going to be in this trailer. And that is our stock for the field. So, not a bad yield. I was going to take the harvesters back to the farm, and then I realised we have the sunflowers which will be ready next month. So, might as well leave them here ready. We have adequate fuel, I think, to do the field, so again, no concern there, but there is a fuel tank just over on the other side of this bit of farm. So, again, no problems. Now, that field took a lot longer to do than I expected. It was a bit of navigating between unloading. I should have really had 2 trailers doing the carting in tandem. I was trying to be a little bit cheeky by not doing that because my second trailer was in use putting wheat in the production just behind this farm. So that was my own doing on that one. I have frozen the time temporarily, partly because I went for food and I've just come back, so I didn't want to have the day wasted. I'm not going to accelerate the time now because I think, looking at my recording length, we are pretty much going to be done for the episode. That one field really did take a wealth of time. So we'll put this in the grain bin. We will see how much we have in there. And that would be us pretty much wrapped up. Now, I am unfortunately not going to be on Saxlingham for a little while now. This episode's coming out on Monday the 3rd of November, which is the day before the new Highlands Fishing DLC. So I will be transferring across to that for a couple of episodes just to get my feet under the table, testing the water, seeing what that's like. So yeah, that means that Rod Martin and Saxlingham will go on the back burner for, I think with Rod Martin I said at least a week. I agree it's going to be at least a week. It might even be a second episode of Rod Martin and Saxlingham that get paused for the benefit of DLC. I've taken the 5th of November off to pretty much do a lot of playing around, possibly recording, and then at some point editing to then upload. Right, so we have 33,000 litres of corn left, not much, so we can get through that quite quickly. We actually have 29,000 litres of sunflowers still in here, which I hadn't realised, so I need to try and see if they need topping up elsewhere, because that will determine what we do with the yield on the field we've got ready. We're good with potatoes for the time being. We're good with sugar beet for the time being. And we're good with canola for the time being. So again, we're doing not too badly. The oat I am using in another production, which again is ticking over nicely, but no plan to do oat anytime soon. Again, all in all, we're not doing too badly. I think we have about £3 million worth of product when it comes to selling at the right period of time. Which again will be the December, January time for the most part. Anyway, for this episode, we're going to leave things here. I will see you very, very soon on Saxlingham, where we will resume the sunflowers, and I will see you exceptionally soon on Highlands Fishing. Bye for now.